Saskatchewan introduces new immigration streams for agriculture and healthcare workers. So the government of Saskatchewan has announced these two new talent pathways under the Saskatchewan Immigrant Nominee Program to grow the workforce in the agriculture and healthcare sectors. So guys, in today's video, we'll be looking at these pathways that the government of Saskatchewan has introduced. Okay, initially they have the healthcare pathway, but now there's an update to it and they have launched the new one, which is the agriculture pathway. We'll be looking at it in this video, the eligibility, the documents you need, everything you need to know, and how you'll be able to apply. Okay, so stay tuned, don't go anywhere, and don't forget to subscribe to this channel, turn on your notification, and also like this video. Okay, so quickly let's dive right into the video. Saskatchewan continues to align its immigration program with current labor market needs. Okay, and these new pathways will attract international skilled workers with industry specific experience to fill in demand jobs in healthcare and agriculture. The Immigration and Career Training Minister Jeremy Harrison said, with labor shortages reported across the country, creating new provincial immigration pathways and streamlining our credential recognition process will help employers in Saskatchewan acquire the workforce needed to grow their businesses. Guys, this is just a new program that was introduced. Okay, so Canada still wants people to come. Canada is still looking for international skilled workers. They still want people to come and work in Canada. You can see it here. This is a government website. Don't say I copied it from somewhere. Okay, this is a government website and this was just released not long ago. So they said they have labor shortages across the country and they need international skilled workers. If you know you are qualified, I don't think there's anything that should hold you back. You need to apply as soon as possible. Okay, so we'll be looking at the pathways one after the other. We'll be looking at the health pathway first, then we'll look at the agriculture pathway. So this is the health talent pathway, okay, and it's a subcategory for healthcare workers who have an offer for a skilled job in Saskatchewan and meet the criteria of the subcategory. They will also intend to reside in Saskatchewan as a permanent resident. Note, all nominees with temporary work permits must reside in Saskatchewan. Okay, you provide documents to prove your identity, your work experience, academic credentials, and your language ability. Okay, they may also ask for more documents that are not listed here. For the health talent pathway, they have two eligibilities. They have two categories now under this health talent pathway. Okay, they have eligibility for non-express entry, then there's an eligibility criteria for express entry. So for the non-express entry, you need your English or French language test. You need the score to be at least CLB 5. Okay, that is for the non-express entry. Some employers may ask for a score that is higher than CLB 5. CLB is the Canadian language benchmark. Okay, so some employers may ask for a higher score. Then you must also meet the following work experience requirements. If you are applying from Saskatchewan, right, or you are currently working in Saskatchewan and have worked 6 months, that is 70 hours of full-time, 30 hours per week, work experience in the job with the employer that has provided you the job approval letter. The work experience does not need to be consecutive work experience in either case. All right, but you must have worked for at least 6 months. Now the next one is, if you have not been working for your supporting employer full-time for at least 6 months, then you must have at least 1 year of work experience in your occupation within the last 5 years. The next criteria is you must be eligible for Saskatchewan licensing if it is applicable to your occupation. The next one is that you must also have a post-secondary education that relates to the job you've been offered. That is either a master's degree or a bachelor's degree or even a diploma or HND, OND. Yes, anything higher than secondary education, you must have it for this particular role, for this particular pathway, I mean. Okay, now you must also attest to your intent to work and reside in Saskatchewan. You must convince them that you work and live in Saskatchewan. Then you must have an offer from an eligible permanent full-time health sector job in Saskatchewan. You will need a valid SIMP job approval letter to show proof. So you're not the one that will provide the job approval letter. It is your employer. After you meet their criteria, they will provide the job approval letter to you. Okay. The following high and intermediate skilled health occupations are eligible through this stream. These are the occupations that you can apply through this stream. Okay. This is the NOC code, and this is the description of managers in healthcare, specialists in clinical and laboratory medicine, specialists in surgery. Lots of them. You can see that optometrists, dentists, pharmacists, dietitians, home support workers are here, caregivers and related occupations and others. Okay, lots of them. Okay, so but what I will say is that most of these jobs you're seeing here needs license to practice. Okay, you need license to practice them, except for a few, which is the home support workers, caregivers, and related occupations. Most of them needs licensing. So you need to check, you need to verify whether you need licensing or not to practice in Saskatchewan before you go ahead, so that you meet the eligibility requirements. Okay. They want you to know that the program criteria can change at any time. However, the SIMP applies the criteria listed on the website when your application is received. Okay, so they can change it, but if you have applied, then it is not applicable to you. So this is for the non-express entry. Okay, let's look at the eligibility for express entry quickly. So here you must have created an express entry profile. Okay, only those in the profile are eligible for this stream. Okay, you must have a valid express entry profile, right? You must have a valid express entry profile number and job seeker code. Once you create an express entry profile, you have that profile number. It's just like registration number. You have that profile number, and you also have a job seeker code. So they want you to have a valid one. Then you also have a French or English language score of CLB 7 or higher. Remember, the other one is CLB 5, but this one they want you to have CLB 7 or higher. That is, if it is IELTS, maybe you'll be saying maybe band 7 or higher, right? Then you also meet the following work experience requirements. If you are applying from inside or outside of Canada, you must have at least 1 year of high skilled related work experience in the past 5 years in your intended eligible occupation. Okay, you must also be eligible for Saskatchewan licensing if it is applicable to your occupation. You must have a post-secondary education that relates to the job you've been offered, either master's degree or BSc. Then you also attest to intend to work and reside in Saskatchewan. Okay, remember, you will attest to that. Then you have a valid offer from a permanent full-time health sector job in Saskatchewan. Okay, so the jobs here are the same with the one we saw earlier, but slightly different too. Here you will not find the caregivers and support workers. Okay, but the nurse aides, the orderlies, and patient service associates are here, but you will not find the caregivers. Okay, so you need to go through and see if your job description is here. It's not just the caregivers. I know caregivers is what you can practice without the license, yeah, and that is what I think that is what most people are looking for, yeah. But you can check if there are other ones here that matches your job description, then you also apply. Okay, we'll look at the agriculture pathway now. This is the agriculture talent pathway, and it's also a subcategory for agricultural workers who have an SIMP approved job offer in Saskatchewan, meet the criteria of the subcategory, and intend to reside and work in Saskatchewan. Okay, you must have a language score of at least CLB 4. Okay, some employers may ask for a higher score, but minimum is CLB 4. Then you must have completed your secondary school education or higher education. The minimum education requirement is your secondary school. If you've If you've written WAEC, you're a Nigerian watching me, you've written WAEC, then you are eligible for this one. And this one, you don't need any license to practice, to work. You must have at least 1 year of work experience. You also attest to your intent to work and reside in Saskatchewan. And the last requirement is a job offer from an eligible full-time agricultural sector job in Saskatchewan. Okay, so these are the jobs and the codes. Okay, they need material handlers, specialized livestock workers, and farm machinery operators, livestock laborers, lots of them. Okay, nursery and greenhouse laborers. You can see they have butchers, meat cutters, poultry preparers and related works, laborers in food and beverage processing. So guys, you can see it here. You can see the jobs here. So if you've been working in poultry, you have experience as a poultry preparer, or you've done any job relating to poultry, then you can apply for this stream. Okay, you can apply. You don't need any license. Okay, you remember that you submitted an application. It's not a guarantee that you will be accepted or it will be approved. Okay, so now how do you apply for these jobs? Okay, you know that if you want to search for a job in Canada, you want to get a job anywhere in Canada, just go to Canada Job Bank. That is where you'll be able to see jobs in different provinces in Canada. But here in this video now, we are focusing on jobs in Saskatchewan, and not just any job in Saskatchewan. We are looking for jobs that will fall under these two pathways that we saw in this video. That is the health pathway and the agriculture pathway. So we are looking for jobs under the health sector and jobs under the agricultural sector. So when you come to Sask jobs, you'll be able to see that. Okay, you can click on category search, click on category search. It says view by category. Now you can see management, business, finance, engineer. Those ones are not our business. So there's health, which we are looking at, and oil, gas, mining, farming. We are looking at farming, yeah, processing, manufacturing, utilities. We are looking at farming and somehow processing. You can click on health or this farming and mining, farming, or processing. Just click on any one, right? And you'll be able to get the job codes we saw earlier. Let's say, for example, we want to check health. You click on health, look at the jobs it brings out here. Okay, you can click show more jobs, it will show you more. But look at this one now. These locations are in Saskatchewan. Regina is in Saskatchewan, Saskatoon is in Saskatchewan, Prince Albert is in Saskatchewan, and Moose Jaw is in Saskatchewan. So you can click on any one. Let's say you are looking to apply as a family physician. Click on it, you read the job description, read the requirements, and if you are eligible, you apply. But remember, you must have an express entry profile first. Okay, so you need to create your express entry profile and start searching for this job with your job seeker code. Okay, because at some point you'll be required to input your job seeker code, okay, when you are looking for these jobs. So that is how to apply. All right, and I hope this video is helpful. Thank you for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe, like, and share, and I will see you later. Bye.